This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Men, when was the last time you went to therapy? Be honest. All right? Have you been feeling a little grumpy? A little out of your wits? Maybe a little anxious? It's probably because you're not talking to anybody, okay? You can't keep bottling that stuff inside. Yeah, we've all done it, but it is not the way. Sometimes we need a little professional help, and it's very manly to open up about your feelings, okay? Men today face an immense pressure. We don't have to really get into the numbers, but it's like 6 million of us out there struggling with depression every day, okay? We got to talk about it. We got to change the narrative. Look, BetterHelp is an option for you, and it's super convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time, so you're never locked in, all right? As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Now, our listeners get 10% of their first month at BetterHelp.com/Neds, okay? That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Neds.
In a world full of haters, insane content creators, and the ever soul-crushing hamster wheel of growing up, we are three best friends trying to do the impossible, create a podcast that helps you survive life. I'm Devon.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. Results may vary.
Oh, we're on a pod. What is that sound, Lindsay?
Oh my God,
Dan, we're asking you.
Is that coming from me?
That was coming from this. A little ASMR. I'll try to bring something each week.
Okay, she's inserting something into another thing. There is liquid sounds. Macaroni and cheese, I believe.
Summer Fridays, everybody, sponsoring this pod.
That was so loud.
Oh,
Maybe turn your mic down. That was aggressive. My ears are bleeding.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Neds
Welcome
Declassified
back to Ned's Declassified Pod. We're out here. Hi, guys.
Welcome back.
It's always a party.
If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram. Maybe follow us on TikTok, too. Hit a follow, hit a like, leave us a comment. Give us engagement is what I'm saying. Engage us for the algorithm. We are all slaves to the algorithm.
That part right there. Smash us with a like, guys.
I don't know. I kind of find more and more I just care less about the algorithm. How about you guys?
The algorithm cares more about me each time. So I try to meet it with that energy.
Dude, the computers don't love us, man.
Yeah, they
do. I finally come to realize that. Well, I think you're right, but I had to give up on my computer, guys. If you can see, it's no longer 10 FPS Dan, all right? I had a self-built computer, guys, and I was super proud of this thing, and I can do magic with that. If we're talking about editing some, 6K footage, I can do magic. But what it won't do is show me in 30 FPS on these streams. So I had to give in to the Mac god. I took
Is this a new laptop?
So I'm on a Mac today, guys.
Wow!
Laptop, yeah.
So you're actually gonna be like
you, Dan.
the same FPS as me and Lindsay?
Hold on. You're not gonna cut out at a certain part of the episode?
Oh yeah, it's coming. Not on this Mac though. No, I'm sorry, guys.
Dude, I love this. I love that your computer can let you edit mass levels of footage at incredible resolution, but can't record you simply.
And it just can't stream it. It's like it can record it. I use it to record, but the streaming was just killing me. I don't know.
It only took, what are we, 3 months back into the pod?
Bro, since we started this thing. And congrats to you guys for sticking it out, bro. Those ups and downs, Jesus, they come so heavy and hard, man. They don't, it's relentless, man. Life doesn't give up. No. I want to give up, but life never does.
That should be on a t-shirt. I want to give up, but life never does.
Hey.
Hang in there.
Hey.
It's so true, man. These ups and downs of life and growing up are endless. And just when you might get some stability, the external world will implode, I mean, you're downtown. How you doing, bud? Downtown is where all the
Bro.
First of all, for the viewers at home. Yeah, well, and first of all, for the viewers at home, Los Angeles is a very large place. The news is like, Los Angeles is on fire. It's like, it's happening. It's happening on a couple streets downtown. But that happens to be very near Daniels. So are you well?
Dude, right up the street. Dude, like, like 5 blocks from me is where, like, everything's concentrated. And guys, they're protests, right? And I'm going to be the guy to say
Definitely.
they're relatively peaceful, okay? Yeah, and in most cases, I think that is what it is. A lot of people want they want better lives for themselves, and if they feel like they can't get it, they're gonna go out and be in the streets. Especially on like a Saturday or Sunday when people aren't at work, which is what they'd otherwise be doing. But I want to make sure that these are protests, not riots. I've been seeing some of the news calling them riots, and I'm like, dude, I'm walking my dog every single day, even through these crowds outside. Like, it's definitely not that.
yeah.
There are some angry people.
I don't think when there are like such egregious like civil liberties on the line that you could even positing a word like riot is a good thing. Like these are protests, like you said, mainly peacefully, and we're not talking about something small at all.
Yeah.
So I think people's emotions should be allowed through in some way without sort of jumping to the fact that it's violent. Like, emotions are very volatile indeed. And if you're not giving people the space to feel or live in a decent way, those are going to escalate. So I don't know, just to use the word riot and to write it all off in that one word, I don't like that.
Well,
either.
it's the
It's
same as
Exactly.
how people referenced and like kind of the narrative that lasted about the 2021 like Black Lives Matter protests all around the country. They were in almost every city, and the vast majority were entirely peaceful. And then where the conflict pops up becomes the narrative. And yeah, it's kind of the way the news goes and the way narrative goes. But yeah, listeners out there, just understand, like, conflict will always be the news. Like, so it will always be heightened, and the main story on the news, the headlines will be the most heated moments of these events. But the vast majority of it is peaceful. I mean, yesterday was the No Kings protests all around the country, which were massive peaceful demonstrations
massive.
in most major cities in America. So
Yeah. And it's so crazy that was on the same day as what was
I
like
didn't
Obama
know that.
Appreciation Day
No.
or something, right?
That's kind of perfect. That's kind of perfect. I mean, not a coincidence.
I think I think that's more of a joke, but we did have the 250th anniversary of the Army. Shout out those guys. Keeping us safe.
Right on. It's only 250 years we've been able to do this much damage?
Wait, what? There was a
Jesus.
200.
Wow.
Was it of
Wait,
the Army?
what?
I think it was.
250th
Someone
birthday.
correct
I
me
mean,
in the comments.
2025,
250th of the-
1775, like of what? Of America? What are we doing here?
No, I think it was like the Army or specific. It's something. Let me look this up.
The
All right,
Army.
guys. So I'm not just talking. See,
200 years ago was
250th.
1775.
250 years ago? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do math over here. Devin, you're the best with math. Did I
Yeah,
just say the
50
best
years
with
ago would be
math? You're the-
1975, and then take it 200 back. Ba-boom.
Oh
That-
no, the United
that's what I'm
States
saying.
is
Like,
approaching
we're
250.
almost at 250 of the United States.
Hold on.
So I guess that would be the same time. that
that
would be the
is
same time the
wild.
military for the United States was invented, I'm sure.
Oh, 250th anniversary. Yes. Mhm.
I
Oh,
I
all right,
do want to
Dev.
say about this, though, let me just be the old man Karen about protests, though. Let's not block the freeways, though. Let's not block the freeways.
Bro.
This does
Bro.
not, because here's what I'm for. You want impact. You want impact, right? Your goal is activism. And some activists will say, disruption at all costs creates the outcome I want. And I just disagree. When you block the freeway, you're blocking people. And LA's bad enough. Traffic's bad enough. Don't block the freeway. Get off the freeway. What are you doing?
Yo, it's tough because this is, I got stuck in traffic the other day.
And then you were like, I support ICE now.
Jesus, no, not at all. But don't support people yanking kids from foster homes and stuff like that because yada yada. But I was headed to get my car charged, and I'm super late for the 90th anniversary for my the matriarch of my brother's family or brother's wife's family. And I'm like, I'm gonna pull it off because I normally do that. And then I get into like where I'm about to turn onto the on-ramp, and I see a giant baby. And it's an orange-haired baby, like the big Macy's parade, and so they have a baby Trump blocking my way to the freeway, and I'm like, no. And then I'm like, I forgot that we are having the protest. I'm in solidarity, but I'm like, I gotta get to this charging station. I'm on 30%. Got to pick up my mom down in Long Beach. I'm like, I got to drop off my dog Jasper, and so it was very inconvenient. But these are people who feel like they're not being heard, and I heard them that day.
Did it make you empathize with them or not?
I just chose empathy, and I said, Dan, you're not the star player right now. You're not the movie star of this moment. And I was like, okay. And then so I find another way to get to the freeway, and it's being blocked not by the protesters,
the cops,
but by the police this time. So I'm like, it's a little showy. I'm like, what? The timing of it. Trump had the big parade going on that he spent all the money for. I'm like, did you send? Why send in the National Guard? Is it just to show force over here on the West Coast where you don't have as much love? And I'm like, some of it just seems like theatrics. We had these big cement blocks that were dropped on these parked cop cars under an overpass, and I'm like, maybe don't park the cars right under the overpass where the cement blocks get dropped. You could easily have parked 200 feet away and still block traffic. So it's some people might be blocking traffic. I don't know, but I know that the police were blocking my own ramp that day. There's been crazy, the longest lines of police I've ever seen. Shutting down these freeways, I guess to protect people, I'm sure, but it's all wild, man. But I've been hearing these people. There's a lot of people who don't want kings in America, and a lot of people who want some type of justice around the whole immigration thing. That's a touchy subject, I'm all for it. Anything legal, absolutely, but there are families over here who have fought in the Marines for this country in order to get their families over here. So it's like, okay, there needs to be some type of nuance understood, so we're not just grabbing everybody, especially currently law-abiding citizens, from contributing to
exactly.
America.
I mean, they're just yanking people, citizens, and not off the street. Profiling's happening. So it's I get the emotion of the protest for sure. It's crazy times. That's what I mean. You can get yourself stable in the ups and downs of life, and then externally, shit might explode, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Big love.
Yeah, my heart really goes out to every It is hard to watch and to hold space for, and to know exactly what is the next right thing to do for you, for as a person.
Yeah, I unfortunately get so cynical about. I actually do. I respect people who are out there working to affect change, because in my life I've grown so cynical about us as the people, our ability to affect change. I'm like, I don't see leaders listening. So it feels so disjointed. It's we can go yell in the street, but I'm just cynical. I've lost faith that it's heard even when we do that. So I definitely hold space for those who are still working to have voices heard and disrupt and affect change. I hope you can. I don't know what, to me the decisions are made in rooms and on levels that they don't listen to the people. So I don't know. So can I ask you then about
the Luigi case, because I remember when it was first happening, you said like, you personally, you had said, I at first felt like, oh yeah, good for him, whatever, let it be. And then you said you sort of clocked it and you felt like, no, that's not the way to go forward. And that kind of isn't right. Like, how do you guys feel about that now? Like, does that feel like justice that is heard better? Or
I still feel like, nah, don't go out and shoot people in the street. But I get why people are like, but it made an impact. Like, yeah.
Right.
That part, because I'm like, yo, it's not for me, but I mean, hey, some people, if that's your play, that's your play, bro. Like, I don't know, how hurt he was, but he was hurt enough to go out and do that. And enough people have resonated with it to where it's like, ugh. That's just like with these protests. Like, if it was only in one city where this is happening, it's like, oh, it's not an issue. It's just small community that's affected by it. But, hey, Luigi put a spotlight on some stuff. And I'm not going to be here advocating for that action. But he has shed light on some stuff that seemed like, was allowing people to get away with these atrocities against the American people for a long time. So, I mean, the end result, I think, is better. It's bad for him because, he's gonna, his life is gone now in that sense. But some people stand for something, I mean, no, seriously. Like, I say it's not for me. Like, I'd love to feel so dedicated to something. That's just not where I'm at. Right. In my life, yeah.
Yeah, I just worry about radicalization. I think it's such a slippery slope. I think it's so dangerous. I think extremists on all sides of any issue are the danger.
Dangerous.
Because half of them, they don't even realize it, but like if they got in power, all of a sudden they'd be doing extreme things and oppressive things in their own way. Like, yeah.
Yo, that's a point. That's a double-edged sword there, though, because who's to say we don't have former extremists or extremist regimes in power now? And so it's like, we do, exactly. So it's like, it's scary when we see people who feel so strongly that they want a change because we prefer the status quo of the current extremist regime that's a little bit more calculated and we're already enculturated into the oppression. So we don't like new stuff because it seems volatile, but it's like, I mean,
I know what you're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't like new stuff. It's just like murder is murder. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I don't like new stuff, but murder's murder. Like, there's no way around that. So
sanctioned murder, like, or murder that we're comfortable with is kind of where we're at. That's tough. We have a status quo where we're okay with certain murders.
Yeah.
We just don't want the scary murders that are happening. I mean, just with any regime that is in power has power to say these certain people need to be dealt with and these people maybe don't. So I'm just saying governments are here and they brutalize people just the same. And so a little guy like Luigi picking one person to say, hey, look at what is happening and change it, or else you might feel some of this pressure. It's like, hey, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Extremism bad, but status quos, I think they're built up around extremism. Like we talked about on the last pod, a lot of this stuff has just become the status quo, and we're still those awful people from the past. We're just, recreating it, making it look prettier. There's still a lot of brutalization that happens in Western societies.
Yeah. But status quo has changed violently. It doesn't guarantee that it leads to something better and more stable. Like, it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Inviting, like, I get distrusting institutions, right? But to me, the answer or the solution to institutions being distrustful isn't to eradicate them with no other answer and start trusting anything that is counter to them. It's like, that doesn't necessarily lead to what you want either, It's the old problem that I've brought up on the pod before of how do you solve a problem without creating more problems? And like, it's just not as simple as people think. You go, this is a problem, take it down.
But I don't think you do, right? like, I think, like, you're always just working towards better
that's
problems,
the goal.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Damn, man.
It is,
It's
dude.
heavy. It's definitely, it's on all of our hearts. Like, you can't be here, especially somewhere close to LA, and, you know, there is, like, a feeling. I hear helicopters every night going and going and going.
Yeah. Are you on curfew? Can
outside,
you?
so
There's curfew downtown, right? Like,
Yes, curfew now. Dude, I go out and eat every night. Dude, I'm out at like 9 and 10. Like I say, my dog has to get up and go. I'm like, okay. The first night I was like, oh, I'm a little spooked. But I'm like, it wasn't so bad. And like I'm in the heart of downtown LA, so they're blowing a lot of this out of proportion on the news. And yeah, I'm out there, getting that evening breeze every night. Unfortunately, my favorite Zara was broken into. But these are definitely not the same people who are out there at the
It's
protest.
people coming.
You just got these people who come
yeah.
in and want to take advantage of the situation. But yeah, I couldn't get my new digs because they had broken into my Zara.
That's such a thing,
And the
dude. With
Target.
all these protests, the people looting are not a part of the protest. They're just showing up with the distraction
they're
to
just being
loot.
lumped in.
They're like, I don't give a fuck about the
Dude,
issues.
they're
I'm
coming
coming to
from
break into the Zara, dude.
Dude, I think a lot of these people are coming from like Central California. Like they don't even really care. They just
there's
come on down.
chaos?
They're like, okay, this is about to pop
Let's go
off.
get some clothes.
Let's go get some stuff.
Let's go.
Get some clothes. I love chaos because the clothes, you get clothes.
Man.
That's tough, man.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, it's just
complex.
heavy times
No, it
all
is,
around.
it is.
I'm feeling it. I'm sure you listeners out there are feeling it. I know you got I don't know. I look at the news, I look at everything. Everything feels unstable, and it definitely gets to me mentally.
And especially, I mean, you've had a lot of exposure to that as of late. You also
Ditched
went on a
us
trip.
when we were interviewing
how'd
Drake
that
and
go?
Josh at the Nostalgia Con.
right.
He abandoned us, guys. So me and Lindsay had to man our own table.
And man,
Had a
we
blast.
did. I might have preferred it to our previous cons. But I want to tell you that Daniel and I had an unspoken joy just ping-ponging between the two of us.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great because everybody asked where you were, right?
Oh, yeah, for
And
sure.
so after a while, I just said, he's really feeling it. He had an IBS flare-up, and he is just in the lowest of spirits about it. Would you like to record a voice note that I can send to him right now?
Dude, they were so sincere, man.
And I didn't tell Daniel I was going to do it beforehand, and we didn't even talk about it afterwards. We just looked at each other.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the right thing.
Yep. And he added to the story. He said, "Yep, our man, da-da-da-da." And so we told the people about your plight. Let me see
We
if
got
I
some
can-
heartfelt messages for you,
Let
Devon.
me see if I can.
Hi, Devon. We hope you get well soon. We miss you over here.
Get better soon.
Real big fans.
Me and Daniel are taking care of everyone here, so don't worry. But we love you, dude.
Wow.
It was sweet,
Yeah.
man.
Get well. We miss you very much. This is Paul Gonzalez. Devon, Ned. It was amazing, meeting you all. I was telling Lindsay, I just saw you in the podcast, and it was just great hearing that. And I just hope that you get well. You have an amazing, huge Latino community. You have as big of an impact in the States.
Wow.
Not that one cut off, but yeah, Paul was super cool. He was super
Paul
dope, man.
was great, but
Yeah, man.
I just wanted you to know while you were having the fight of your life that we were having a big laugh.
Wow.
at your
That
expense.
is great. I
So
wouldn't expect
everybody-
anything less.
Bruh.
When you didn't write back about it, I was like, oh crap, was this a little too much piled on?
Oh, yeah, right.
No,
his
that
parents?
day
was
I
like,
happened to
oh.
not have service, so we were in the desert. But
Dang, dude.
You were definitely thought of.
wow, I'm
very
glad you
much.
guys handled
Yeah,
it without me. And you saw Drake and Josh, and I saw the parents were there. Yeah, Jonathan.
The reunion. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Jonathan came, Sally. Like, it was great, man.
Jonathan is great. What a hoot. They're both great. I love
No,
the
that's
parents.
lovely. And we'll fans in, are we going to be in Minneapolis? We will be at Hobby Clash this weekend in Minneapolis. We'll be back, the three of us, at a convention, not just Dan and Lynn's. I thank you for lying that I was shitting. I was out of town in a very complicated situation.
Yeah, no, super, super complicated. Yeah, I was going to bring out this prize that I received from a company.
Oh, you got to show some love? What do you got?
Some merch, but do we want to talk about something?
Wait, what
okay,
merch?
I got some merch. I wish it was
it's
all
not
of
for
but
us, it's for you?
Guys, okay, this is... I'm sorry, man. This is
Wow.
Hold on, I might have to actually pause it. I believe this is, oh yeah, Flacco, Skinny Flacco. So this is like a bunch of Puma stuff from our guy. All right, what else we got? I'm gonna rip this over. This is our unboxing. Here's the Neds pod. This is an unbox some dope stuff, man. Shout out Puma.
Oh, yeah.
This looks awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna become like a what do you call them? Not a racer. What the people on the motorcycles? What are they called? I'm gonna be one of those.
Motocross.
Motocrossers?
Star.
And then this looks so cool. So this is ASAP Rocky. He sent this stuff on over. Shout out Ned's pod.
Just to you though, huh, Dan?
Quick. I can maybe get some to you. I'm gonna call him up if he's not busy with Rihanna. And
Oh, it's cause he's not gonna give me, because I have that picture with Rihanna, and you know I'm basically an ex of hers, so
Exactly.
it's kind of complicated.
Right, exactly. So you don't rile things up.
ASAP
Nice.
Rocky, ex Neds Declassified, ex Cookie, I guess, but you know. And then I got these bad
Those are-
boys. Look,
dude.
they like golfing shoes kind of vibe.
Dear
you know
God,
what I mean?
dear Lord, you
Yeah,
have
cleats.
like cleats.
Yeah, boy, Flacco.
They're making
Skinny
cleats?
Flacco, man. Yep. So we out here.
That's incredible, Dan. Because you were just saying, I need new cleats.
I need new cleats, man. There we go. And so now I'm in the game. I can get back on the football field, baby. Or start golfing. I think I'm
those
old
golf
enough
shoes?
now. My knees are bad. I'm gonna become a golfer. Well, no, but they kind of give me that.
I mean,
Wow.
And I love.
basically,
Wow.
They're
Wait,
dope.
those were from the con, or they just sent those in?
There we go. Oh no, they just sent those in. My guy Sean Geisterfer and his lady Danielle work with the company. So Travis Scott pulled it off, and then it's of course, you know.
Yeah,
Rocky,
let me just
man.
let me just send a message out to ASAP. Yo, dog. Big fan. No hard feelings. I know Rihanna and I had a really spicy, passionate love affair when we were kids, man. We were kids. We were
was the
teenagers.
past.
We were young. It was foolish.
Fast.
It was
that's
young
that young
love.
love. That's
Nothing but
so
respect to you and Riri.
unpredictable. Please have Eric put up your...
The photo of me with my
here.
70s feathered hair and the worst shirt, the worst
jacket and
pattern
shirt.
shirt I've ever seen in my life. Brown and turquoise. What? What?
I don't know why they.
I think I had a
man.
stylist.
It was a vibe,
I think
though.
that was stylist chosen.
I know that you styled.
Glock Talk big T-shirt Billy.
Oh,
Eilish.
shout out Armani Blanco. He wants to come on the pod. He's a fan.
Yes, sir. We
Yeah,
gotta get him. Let's
I'm a
move
fan
on,
of
man.
his. He rips.
What was up with that weird, like, business casual look?
Big
that was,
in
that
the
was-
early
that was part of our
2000s?
growing up.
Blazer.
Like, you look at kids now and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, that looks
we
like
were
a kid.
all
Yeah.
wearing blazers.
Why were the Blazers?
Blazers? Gotta have. It's a red carpet event. Blazer.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
you're
nice?
14 years
Throw a
old.
blazer on
Throw a
it.
blazer on, kid.
Blazer.
Foolish. Do you remember people used to go to? Well, I guess you kind of wear blazers in clubs, but in the early 2000s, late 90s, like people were really dressing up to
Yeah.
go to clubs, man.
Oh, the girls were in their two-piece skirt
Yeah.
and blazer sets.
Yeah.
You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Wow.
Like, you throw that over, you got a little flower pin to put on your blazer.
Wow.
Good Lord. Dan, you really getting this? You feel like you got enough screen time for this
They're getting a
stuff?
super plug. I gotta pull out the best clips and send it over.
Actually,
to
like
you,
I like that Flacco.
I hope he
There
just
we go.
I like that
hacks
Flacco
up
t-shirt.
this part
That's
of
a
the
vibe.
pod.
I like that big mouth.
I mean, they might like to see that.
That's a vibe.
Maybe I'll send it over to you.
Dan, I'd love for you to do a shoot in just the cleats,
Just the cleats.
and you can
okay?
call it just the cleats.
The OnlyFans is making a
Just the
comeback,
cleats.
dude.
Right? Cleats and teats. Cleats and teats.
Cleat bait.
We out here, baby. We out here.
Shit.
Now, what about that Middle East bait? I had to. It didn't even really rhyme.
Wow.
Can we talk about any of why you were not at the pod with us with Drake and Josh? It would have been the perfect reunion. Our shows both aired at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how
us.
much I want to talk about it on the pod. For the listeners, I was traveling to a very complicated place, meeting with a lot of people, seeing things firsthand. I really don't know how much I want to talk about it. It's not a fun subject, and it's too big. There's too much to say. I saw too much and talked to too many people. It's like its own pod, and I don't even want a pod because the online internet people are. It's not a place for nuance and like reality and complicated things where multiple truths can be true at once. So I don't know, but yeah, for any of you inferring, I was actually in Israel and the West Bank for. I know some people over there, and I meet with people who. It's a lot of people who believe in peace and are trying to like work through the conflict and have all sorts of different perspectives and identities and narratives to share. And it's just a conversation for another time. But
The world needs some peace, though,
I
man.
agree, man. And my time over there furthered my belief in that. That's also part of my concern with extremism and like radicalization is like. Over there especially, that's the issue in both places, in Israel and in Palestine, is the people who even with an insane history and a personal pain and personal grievances, when you get to an extreme stance in that place that is so intertwined, the destinies are so intertwined, the people's the pain, all of it is so fucking mind-numbing. But when you get to an extreme place on either side, you're just guaranteeing that the conflict never ends. So even though it's hard,
So bad, man.
Just small stories. As I heard on both sides of things, I heard people who had the most reason to be hateful or angry at the other side, but in their wisdom of actually living there for decades and understanding what it is, I met multiple people who would tell these harrowing stories, but then at the end of it say, but the only way through this is somehow we have to find a way to recognize the other and have peace. And it takes education against hate, it takes de-radicalization, and it takes de-escalation. And I don't know, I don't see that happening anytime soon, but it's the vision and it's the belief and it's the only thing. I mean, yeah, you might feel really right about things over here from the outside, but if you've never seen what it's like over there and how complicated it is to fucking make anything happen that's lasting. I don't know, man. My brain has exploded. So I don't know. It's a conversation for another time. Don't come at me, internet. You don't know who I am.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Man, men, we have got to do better with seeking therapy, okay? Mental health matters, all right? It's okay to open up. It's manly to open up. I mean, after all, it is called mental health. So I believe we should prioritize that a little bit more as men. 6 million of us men battle with depression every year. That is an epidemic. That's a number that is way too high. And we need to change the narrative, change the stigma surrounding mental health and therapy. If you're anything like me, I know I've been sporadic in my mental health journey. Seeking therapy has been something that I've shied away from, but it's always helped whenever I did it. Like just the same way that speaking to a friend can help. Speaking to a licensed therapist, that's even better. BetterHelp is an option if you are ready to start this journey. With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. That's huge, and it works, all right? It has an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5, based on over 1.7 million client reviews. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/Neds. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Neds. Bro, I mean, you're brave for being able to go and do something like
to
that,
hold
to
that
just
kind
go
of
see it.
space for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, just recently, like you got back just a little bit ago, and now there's the big Iran-Israel conflict.
It's
where
war.
Sending,
I mean, yeah.
Well, first of all, missiles came from both sides, but you almost were
I
trapped
got back
there, dude.
Monday, and Israel started a war with Iran on Thursday. I would have been there for the foreseeable future because no flights are going to leave for a while. Super intense, man. I'm just
Crazy.
praying for all my friends that everyone stays safe and sheltered and makes it through this.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh.
I heard Caitlyn Jenner got trapped in Israel.
She's there now?
I'm so glad you got out, bro. Yeah, she was in Tel Aviv, and I think a couple came there. The dome.
Yeah, no.
didn't catch all of
It's
the
actively
missiles or
happening.
whatever.
I still have the alert app on my phone.
They
and I
gotta
keep
chill,
getting, the alerts for the missiles coming. But no, I mean it's a war. Again, it's a more complicated conversation for this pod, but it's I mean it's actual war. There's been proxy wars for a long time with Iran. I mean October 7th was proxy war with Iran funds Hamas, Iran funds Hezbollah, Iran funds the Houthis who continue to fire missiles at Israel. So now it's not proxy, it's actual, and it's pretty intense, man.
That's tough, man. And then all of the hate ends up spilling over to, people who are our brethren here in the States, too. I remember when 9/11 happened, we had an Iranian student in my class. This was my first year. I was in Miss Yoshimura's class, fourth grade in Prisk Elementary. And we had this guy, super intelligent, super smart kid, but his family was from Iran. And, not saying they actually did anything specifically there, but the other kids would sing this chant. They're like, Sarush, Sarush, Sarush is on fire. We don't need no water. Let da-da-da-da burn. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with rhymes and stuff as kids and stuff like that. That stuck with me. So I just, the backlash that's going to happen for anybody that takes issue over there, there's so much pain in the world, man. And I hope we can all figure it out because America is a mixed society by nature. And I'm just praying for peace over there, wherever it may be, and then also peace here, man. We got a lot going on, and I hope everybody is staying level-headed through it all. Keep your mentals together, guys. Focus on the help you can give to your community because there's always something to see in the world that's awful and tragic, and it's been going on since the beginning of the time. But stay level-headed, guys. And be nice to people. Treat
and
people
just
the way you
work
want to be treated.
against generalizations, man. Work against just broad stroking any situation or people's. It's just life in reality. Life online is general. You just broad stroke things. Life in reality is so much more nuanced. It really is. There's a spectrum of everything. Nothing is just one thing. Everything, even these protests, it's not every protester is rioting. Not every cop is a fucking asshole. There's gonna be a but there's gotta be a spectrum within that, even though it doesn't look like that. On the ground, there has to be. There always is. There's always a spectrum of something. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to hold all this.
I wish we had the answers.
I think online, as great as a connector as the internet is, humans were not meant to see everybody's issues at all times in every moment. I don't think our nervous system is made for that.
I was thinking that and sharing that the other day, that sentiment, because you've said it before, and it's also, I had another friend say that to me, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, because if I think about it, there are relationships in my own family that need tending to that I don't tend to, and that definitely adds to like a heaviness in the energy of, you know what I mean? If we were all to just release all the trapped energy and all of the connections that we can make a difference in, that is the difference. And even how you can hold space for things over that aren't, you know, that are touching you, but really are out of your grasp over there. And it's like, you know, how different would the world be if we could just heal some of that stuff, and how much more could we hold it for spaces that maybe needed more support
in your life?
I don't know. It's right. But if you just sort of like focus on the people you can touch, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually really out of touch with that network of people and sort of what I can do, and checking back in, hey, is there a checkpoint I can check back in, and whatever. I just haven't been keeping up with my own side of the street. So a lot of that rage in my life, or a lot of that fear and insecurity, might come from relationships that have nothing to do with this larger conflict at large, right? The reason I don't feel safe and am willing to broadcast that across the internet is because I don't have safety in my core relationships here, XYZ. Maybe I wouldn't feel the need to speak on that unsafety if I was safe in my... Do you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like, I feel like maybe it gets misdirected sometimes, and the solutions to how we are feeling are closer than we sometimes think, but it's easier to project it onto a situation that's sort of unwinnable or
over you know,
there,
right? Because you don't touch it. There's no skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you, especially when it's like unsolvable, because then there's really no work you have to do. All you have to do is complain about it.
Pick your side and complain.
It's tough.
And it's proxy.
Yeah.
And it's proxy.
And murder yourself.
It's over there.
So glad you're safe, yo.
Yeah, glad you're safe.
I always go so overboard with like telling you to be safe on your
this one's real,
and like,
like
for good reason.
Yeah, well, when I'm in Europe, I'm fine, but this one's real.
Yeah, but
yeah.
To be honest, there's no distinction for me except for this one.
I'm your bro, so like I didn't want to make it like, you know, like anytime my bro says they're about to go out there and do something reckless, I'm like, yeah, dog, you got it. You know, we had our little we had like a Last Supper, guys, like before Dev went out on his. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go to BJ's, and I'm like, all right, you know, but I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh, bro, this is a. I went to the heart of, like, you know, Mexico. I went to West Africa, but I'm like, it wasn't an active war zone, so I was like, bro, but there's no way I'm letting my dog feel that I think there's, you know, fear in my heart, you know, about something.
You're gonna take my fears with you everywhere, okay?
Hey.
Like, I will always be telling you. No, but God, I'm so, like, that, just so grateful.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. It got really real right after I got home. So, I mean, shit is very real over there now. Teeth, so, yeah, things have escalated. It's very intense. The Middle East is not for the faint of heart, man.
Do you guys remember in like the 90s and the 2000s when that was literally, you'd feel so cool saying that phrase, peace in the Middle East.
The Middle East.
Like,
yeah, felt so cool.
Right?
There's so much more to it than a slogan.
There's so much more to it.
It's still the dream of, like, you know, the normal people who are all over the place. That, like, it's still the dream, is peace in the Middle East. But I'll give you a geopolitical lesson, the things I've picked up over there. We can pull up a map and I'll draw what I learned of why it's so fucking chaotic. It's chaos, man. Yeah, we'll see.
I would love that.
Yeah. This is a close segue to like my little thing I was going to bring for the roundtable today, which is it's tied into AI though, but AI is getting so good. Okay, those videos, I don't know if you've seen the videos of like a news reporter somewhere basically saying like, this isn't real, this is AI. And like aliens are blowing up behind them, but it's looking almost...
The prompt
it's
wars.
Looking
the prompt
almost hard to tell. That to me lets me know that like in a year, you guys, if you do not have critical thinking skills and media literacy, if you don't first think to question what you're looking at online before reacting and rallying behind something, in a year, you are not gonna know what's real or not. In a year's time, AI has moved so fast. See? Lie! Lindsay!
That was a great moment.
It's a lie! That wasn't a wall!
It's not real! That wasn't a wall at all!
For the listeners, Lindsay's backdrop just fell right as I was saying that. That was great. That was so funny, dude. But
Bruh,
yeah,
you're so right about this AI.
AI has come so far in a year, and we are already highly reactive online. Before you Google, people are commenting about something before they Google, is this even real? And with the strength of AI, I just think in a year, the information and media landscape you won't be able to tell. So what that means, friends, Daniel and Lindsay and listeners, is you gotta like ground yourself, man. You gotta ground yourself in reality. I think we might have to return to reading fucking books. You gotta find mentors and professors, or maybe not professors, but mentors in the real world, but maybe who put out media encouraging you to question things and critically think. Like, you better make sure you have at least a little space of solid ground under you and your mentality, because the internet is it's just gonna pull you in every reactive direction, man. Like, bro, I'm genuinely concerned watching those AI videos.
Concerned, yeah, not fearful, but concerned. Absolutely, the Amish might have had it right. If it's not handwritten, like, but even that can be done. But we're gonna have to maybe regret. Like, we talked about progress, all this false progress that has been happening on the last episode. We might have to regress in order to go back forward, because it's getting out of hand, man. I mean, what the drones can do in the sky, where there's just a program and they can make it look like anything is in front of you. Like, this stuff is getting crazy, bro.
Yeah, regress. That's, dude, you're right. My instinct is like, less time online, more time touching grass, like more time having real conversations, more time concerned about like my house and things I can touch. Like, the internet, the information landscape is just going to become, it already is, a minefield of reactivity and misinformation. So with AI, it's just gonna make that exponentially worse. If you're watching videos of someone like Trump saying something somewhere, but it's not him, but it's AI, but you're reacting to it, but it sounds and looks exactly like it, I'm like, dude, we're fucked.
And now the body can't distinguish between like the experience that it had and that it's false, and then that cortisol just being sort of like shot up and put into the bank of how you're going to react, on a broad scale. Like, that's already been clocked in your body bank of like another
like your nervous system's going to react because it looks and sounds real.
Right.
And
dude, like the psychological like warfare tactics, like back in Vietnam, they would talk about how they would play these like messages over the radio waves, right? And like
Hanoi Hannah.
That's what it was.
That's what they would call her, and she would come over and say, Your government doesn't care about you. It's not us that you're mad at. Why don't you go home and see why you don't have like the same rights? And they would especially play this to like, the whole civil rights movement here was going on.
The African Americans
and everybody was like, kind of
the soldiers,
and
like,
it was this
you got a point.
Most pleasing voice that she would just
The Germans did it too.
Yeah.
And so that they had that at one point, or either like in Waco, Texas, they would like play Britney Spears to like. Try to get people to come out. But now they could literally put, some screen in front of you and make you think that one thing is happening that isn't, or jam all the videos that you're able to receive, and now you're seeing this. I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I also think it's very fun from a science fiction lens to imagine, like, where does war then go? If you can make a people think that something's happening that isn't,
right?
That's very powerful. Right. It's much akin to North Korea and just, or even like China too, but North Korea and how they like control the media. Now there's a different type of control that you can pull off. They could just say, okay, we just received bombs in this city or whatever, and they blew it to smithereens, and the city's still freaking there, but the people don't know it because all they've gotten is this.
But that's
fake
all.
media.
That is all conflict throughout history has been incited by some sort of false flag operation where you're making it look like something that it isn't. And now, of course, like in this digital age, that's just being taken to another level.
Yeah, a much
That weird progress.
exactly
That isn't progress.
a much more.
I don't know if it isn't progress because they would blow people up beforehand. Like, are we still blowing people up for those false flag operations? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, is it better if it's digitized and people are just upset, or are we trying to? I'm not kidding. Like,
No, facts.
because it's usually ended in real carnage, something horrible happening. I don't know.
The world
Yeah,
is wild,
just
man.
get.
This is
Just
this is
get
adulting
on your
grown-ups.
media
Very-
literacy, friends. Get on your critical thinking skills.
Which might literally just mean, like you said, time offline, because their skills have gotten so good to be able to, get
Yeah.
at you online.
Yeah,
Bruh.
it's yeah. The answers are in grounding in like your actual self and being in life and people around you. Like deal with the people around you. The global village online is already way too complicated. And man, the AI really, really, really concerns me. It's gonna get way more complicated. We could almost already we could have an AI learn our voices, and we could have our podcast run without us. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Bro.
But I mean, Dan, you want to look into that?
No, I already looked into it. I was going to do it. I didn't feel right. I was like, these guys aren't going to like it if I take their voices. So, no, I already made my clone. No, I'm joking. I haven't done it. I can't touch it, man. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared to do that, bro. But I would be so hyper productive. But I'm scared to do it, man.
AI me running around talking, it's frightening concept.
Oh, no. Ought to be over. We'd be in so much hot water.
Yo, AI me would be in prison. Not just jail,
Definitely.
prison.
You would be arrested because of the AIU. Yeah.
Immediately.
Hey,
They say both versions, put them away.
Let me say this. This is going to be wild. No, I shouldn't say this. But I want to because it could be a thing. No, I can't say it. But there's some people who have gone to prison recently off of like videotapes. And it's like, dang, what if that's not real? What if it's not real? And
You're saying Diddy was falsely imprisoned?
well, no. I was literally gonna say, what if some of these tapes were that wasn't even baby oil? They're just pulling out all these boxes of baby oil, and it's nothing.
Please
it's just
don't be on defenddiddy.com, Daniel.
No. This is conspiracy.com. I'm saying since we're gonna do the conspiracy theories,
Can I ask you guys? Have you guys kept up with that trial? What is going on there?
it's too much. There's too much other stuff going on in the world for me.
Everybody's
to look at that.
literally like, he could get off, and I'm like, there's no way, right?
What? Who said that?
I don't know. Just speculate. AI.
AI, yeah, all these robots in the comments.
I
he's gonna
heard
get off.
enough
He has an army of AI robots.
salacious details that are so vile that I was like, I can no longer pay attention to this trial. This is fucking insane.
Yeah,
It's too much. I'm like,
there's actually
freaky.
too much content here.
Dude, the thing with me on that whole Diddy situation is I want to know all the other people that were involved with it. And that's same with like the Epstein thing. I want to see the big people who are, because I'm like, come on, Diddy, like he's got to be a lower rung player in a bigger system. And I just feel like trying to bring a Rico up on like one guy. No, where's the rest of the people to really make it like some type of racketeering going on? I just want to see the people who actually
they
had
were
the power
called
before
Diddy
him.
parties.
Well, yeah, that's the branding. Yeah, you're gonna brand it for your little dancing monkey to go out and do his like bidding. You know, that's honestly how I feel. He probably had his own things going on, but I feel like there is a bigger organization involved, and that's with most of this like kind of music entertainment
Well,
stuff.
the reason
because nobody's able to do
yeah,
this
but
on
the
radar.
reason the case came against him was because Cassie wrote a book detailing everything, and rather than paying her, he didn't pay her to not release the book, and then the book becomes discovery. The book becomes something lawyers can use. You know what I mean? It's not like they like randomly were like, oh, it's like the way he dealt with shit and it played out is it gave the case to the lawyers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why they got him. But I'm ready for this fucking bombshell. I'm just cursing. Ready for this bombshell of him revealing who put him up to it or was participating. I'm really interested to know who else was there. Because I just feel like, he's a guy that kind of came from nothing. Who put him in power to even be able to pull this stuff off? That's the type of stuff I like. But I'm also like, go to the top of the top. Keep digging.
But
we're starting with him.
he's been shady since he came up, dude. Since before Big, like, I don't know. He might have come from nothing, but he definitely has, like, the mindset has always just been, like, dispensable, disposable, whatever. Like, that's what it seems like, I think that guy just maybe has some hate in his heart.
Could be that, but I still feel like there are people who have allowed
right.
him to do that, because there's a lot of people with hate.
What are they doing to him that he's not saying that? Like, why isn't he
breaking it out? No, that's what I'm saying. I believe he could be any number of things. Like, people have families.
I don't understand. I mean, sure, there were probably people around him that he learned this from, but no one put him. Have you seen interviews with him? He's an egomaniac. He did this.
Oh, I think most people are egomaniacs. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm saying I want to know the bigger people who were.
What do you mean allow?
That's literally all I'm saying.
Who
allowed him to reach these levels of fame? I really feel like there are other players. Like, we get into the. I don't want to mention people, but there are large players in the music industry who are just much bigger than a Diddy. Diddy's just the guy you see on the front page of stuff. So that's just where my head's at with it. But yeah. Take him down. If he's hurt people, take him down.
Did you see the fucking
video? But
video?
I want more.
The Cassie?
Which video?
The Cassie video?
Absolutely disgusting,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Take him down. If he doesn't take anyone else down, fuck him anyway, dude.
I say get them all. I say get them all. That's
gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So my tip. Are we at the tips now?
You guys got anything for the round table? I mean, we're close to an hour.
We're like 56. I think that was the round table, man.
Yeah.
I just had a question. So I was thinking, like, if I were a weather pattern, what would I be? And I think that I am a heavy fog. What do you think you guys would be if you were a weather pattern?
You
Just
think you'd be a
dumbass
heavy
question
fog?
that I've been asking myself all week.
I think you're a heavy fog with bouts of volatile thunderstorm.
Right? I would think a hailstorm.
The
I would
heavy
give you a
fog is
hailstorm.
supposed to be the bad part. I thought you were going to say with intermittent sunshiny days. Like, are you serious, dude? You took it from heavy fog
the heavy
and made
fog
it worse?
The heavy fog is calm and gentle and dreamy.
Gentle.
There's a more there's a more dynamic
Impressive.
side.
It's heavy.
It might be spooky.
Heavy fog is
the heavy
spooky,
fog might be spooky,
but not dynamic enough.
Listen. Are there days that are like sunny though?
Definitely.
Like a couple, right? Right
and
before
right
the
after.
right before the rain.
Right.
And
right
right
that
after we
mania
get a rainbow.
is the sun. Okay. So heavy fog,
Thunderstorm.
intermittent, violent thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Dev, what do you think you would
type
be?
of weather pattern would I be?
Something
Definitely
windy.
Something windy.
Definitely windy. You know, like, do you know San Francisco in the summer? It's actually like it's actually like a little chilly and cloudy and windy, and there's a moisture in the air. But a little sun can poke through too. But it's poking through moisture and wind and a little chill.
Absolutely, wind is what I
San
get.
Francisco in the summer.
A windy.
I'm like
San
the
Francisco,
Pacific Northwest. Yeah.
Intermittent sun. Okay. All right. We can go with that.
Nice.
And now, Sweet Dan. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
You have big chance for hailstorm.
Hailstorm?
Big chance for
Hailstorm?
hail.
I can break it up.
No, not you, Dan. Not you.
Oh,
Dev, you
Dev.
have a big
Dev.
chance for hail.
Hail?
In that, hailed.
Hail?
Hit right in the face by one of your points of view. Hail raining down from you.
By a point of view.
I think I just have intermittent tornadoes.
Little hail storm tornado. Okay, good. And now, I'm sorry, Dan. On to Dan.
I know.
from
Go
the outside,
ahead. Tell me. You guys tell me.
I was gonna say
Oppressively
Dan
sunny
feels
day.
like Dan feels like
Oppressively.
tropical sunny, like humidity,
Hey.
warm,
Right?
sunny, but a blanket
Yeah.
of
And-
humidity.
But even when the sun isn't out, you still feel held in that atmosphere. You can feel the molecules sort of like with the moisture held around you. And instead of it being cold like Dev, it's warm like Dan. But there are still some thoughts going on in there. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
I'll take
So
it.
he's like tropical weather right
What do
before a
you-
big
what do you-
tropical
what do
storm.
you see yourself?
Right before the storm,
What do you
yes,
see yourself
yes.
as, Dan?
I think I am a persistent calm before a storm. Like the storm's always there. It's like, this is calm. A little too calm, you know? And sometimes like the edge comes in and okay, you're getting the big crazy winds there. But I try to be the calm before the storm, which I think is a beautiful feeling. I used to love that back in
True,
Mississippi.
it's a nice feeling before a storm.
Totally feel that.
Super kind of
Yeah.
humid and
Or a sandstorm because I have dry humor.
yeah. Nah, you're not a
Yeah.
sandstorm.
And
Yeah.
and your little isms are always just smacking me right in the eye. And I'm like, God, that was so poignant.
They're always there. There's particles in here. Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I was deeply wondering that. So that was my roundtable offering.
Nice. I was
love
lit.
Right?
Should we try to have a round table like a quick
I
one?
did
Squeeze
mine.
it?
She did
I mean,
yours.
we're at.
She did- Mine
Oh,
was
you
the
did- wait,
AI
what was
phone.
yours?
Mine was that was my round table, dog.
Oh, dang it! Good lord, I wasn't listening. So then I think my round table is actually just going to be reunions are great, guys. Shout out Drake and Josh for that reunion. They already did their pod. I got a chance to host their panel there at NostalgiaCon. Yeah, man. So got to catch up with him. Josh, man, super cool. He's like dropped in and like just mature, just cool homie nowadays, man.
Kind of
Like,
always
he
was, but
kinda
yeah. But
has
now he's
been, I
he's the
feel.
dad of like 2 kids, right? I mean, that'll simmer you
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That'll drop you into reality.
Oh yeah, man. We had some good times there. Oh, I just completed this video that we launched called
that looks
Holy
sick.
Water. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys to all go check it out.
Yes.
It was a vibe, right, man? We
Yes.
had the whole like water stage and stuff like that. Emerson is a great Sierra Leonean artist. When I went to West Africa, I went out there to his home country. It was such a beautiful place. A lot of great, talented people come from there. So check out Emerson's Holy Water video directed by yours truly, Daniel Curtis Lee.
Dan!
Come on, it was fun. So yeah, go peep that. That's
Yeah,
my
you-
little round table.
You keep
share.
crushing, dude.
I've been working with some
love
cool artists, man. Papoose is one of my favorite like MCs. Did like a 5-song like type of video thing for him. Like that was
Dude,
he
keep
worked so hard.
crushing.
But yeah, I'm chipping away.
Keep
so
crushing,
I'm trying.
Dan.
Take time with it.
Right.
Well, love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you, listeners. We'll do tips to all our Latino listeners in the U.S. I can't imagine the stress and anxiety you're feeling with the news and the reality of what's happening. So just sending you love. Hang in there. Take care of your people. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. We just love and appreciate you guys. These are intense times.
Yeah, and be aware of like some of this stuff. It's a lot of fear tactics going on. Like even like with that like curfew thing. Like I say, I've been out here every night past 10 p.m. and like I don't know. I feel like they're really just trying to scare people. So don't let fear win, guys. A saying I go by is God has not given us the spirit of fear, but He's given us the power. Okay, so love you all.
Power of fear. Wield it. No,
Well then, the other tip is let's get lit. All right, lit being literate. Okay, so let's make sure we're digitally literate. Okay, guys, let's get lit,
That's
baby.
our
That's
next-
all I gotta
that's our
say.
next merch shirt, dude.
There you go, media literacy,
Get lit.
baby. Get lit. There it is.
Amazing.
Wow.
I support both of your tips, and yeah, my
Thank
heart
you.
literally just goes out to everyone going through a tough season in their life.
You got a tip, Linz? You just support our tips?
No, my tip is just
That was good.
my tip is I was amplifying
great.
both of your tips.
Thank you for amplifying these tips. I appreciate you.
Amplifying these tips.
You are swinging them things.
Swanging. I'm trying to swanging.
They've got a lot of like range these days. It's crazy.
Turn up. Oh, viewers. Okay, yeah. Just take us off the screen to our producer. Just leave Lindsay up there. Nadia Younes is a Palestinian musician that I love. Check out her music too. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Cool.
She's incredible. One of the best voices.
Minneapolis fans, we will be at Hobby Clash this weekend.
Hobby Clash.
Come see us.
Woo.
We will be there.
Minneapolis, it's kind of crazy there too. Did you see about the two like Congress people that got like killed? There's like 2 situations where that happened, so I'm a little reluctant to go. But Hobby Clash is gonna be a lot of fun.
I mean, I hope.
He's like, well, I hope.
Love you. See you next week.
We love you guys.
Peace.